Humanity and all that is good in this world is under attack, and it has been under attack for a very long time. It's only until recently that we're forced to face the bars and the restraints that hold us and have kept us captive. And rather than being a pure physical prison that we're in, it's actually more of a spiritual and mental prison. And the thing about a mental prison is you can't see the bars or the restraints that hold you, and you may never even know that you're a prisoner. And the best way to create a prison is not to make the subject hate the prison, but to make them love it, to distract them with all sorts of dopamine, amazing tasting foods, sports, endless news cycles, endless content to consume. You turn the prisoners into consumers and they will be happy to be stagnant. We have been fucked over. I can't put it in a nicer term. I can't sugarcoat it and say this is all a conspiracy. This is all just me talking shit, because it's not. We have been fucked over hard, and it has been like this for a very long time. The reason it's becoming so much more obvious now is because as everything coalesces, as everything connects, due to social media. But remember, everything physical, social media, networking, connection, everything is a manifestation of the mental plane, of the spiritual plane, because we live in the effect. Okay, so there is cause and there is effect. For something to happen, for me to throw this, I had to think about it first. Everything in this room that's surrounding me, everything in your room surrounding you right now, even the very phone in your hand, originally became as an idea. Before it was physically manifested on this planet, it came from somewhere else. It came from energy. Energy on a high frequency that manifested into a more dense, low frequency, which gives us structure. Okay, so that's why something hard, like wood, is going to have a much more dense frequency than, say, steam when you're steaming your vegetables, or snow, as an example. We live in frequency, energy, and vibration. Understanding and learning this is a great way to understand the world that we live in, and we can actually piece together the puzzle of how things actually manifest into this world. So when we look around us and we see society for how it has become, instead of focusing purely on the external meaning the physical realm meaning the effect, we would rather focus on what brought the physical realm into the effect by having a look at the cause. And there's many different causes. Of course, it's much more complicated than our human brain can wrap its head around. But by understanding this, we have a better chance of actually freeing ourselves from the mental prison. And that's something that I've been learning. Okay, something else that I was thinking about. Yeah, okay. So how do we escape this? How do we create change? This is something I've been dwelling on, and for the longest time, I thought and fantasized about an uprising. Everybody coming together, everybody just getting sick of it, right? And just uprising, just going full chaos. You know what? Let's redo the whole system. Let's do nationalism for each independent country. Just looking at different ideas, different perspectives of how we can create change for the better, how we can undo the toxicity that has plagued us. And what I've come to realize is, by me thinking about all these different ideas, ideologies, different ways of overturning a corrupt system, is I was leaning into the effect. and I was trying to change an effect with an effect. Once I understood this law of nature, I realized the cause is more important. Where does the cause come from? The cause comes from within us. And then it dawned on me, it made sense that every single little thing that we do in society and that we are taught to do from the very beginning in school, which is basically them putting us in Plato's cave, whether we know it or not, they externalize meaning, externalize pleasure. We have been taught from the very get-go, basically, not outright, they don't outright say this because they know that it would trigger us off, but we've been taught that we're pretty much useless. We've been taught that we're separate from nature. We've been taught that meaning comes from out there somewhere, that the meaning of the universe is out there, and if we work hard enough to figure out what's happening out there in the effect, then we can figure out the cause. However, if we want true change to happen, we cannot try to change an effect with an effect. That is a red herring. That is going around in circles. That is insanity with the way that the universe works and the way the world manifests around us through our own subjective perception. Remember, there's billions of people on the planet, but there's also billions of worlds on the planet because we all experience this planet individually, not just as a collective through paradigms, but through our own subjective perception, which creates a whole nother level of complexity. But back to my point is that to create true change, we have to first change ourselves. Instead of looking outwards, instead of looking for religion, which is pushed on us, it's not a coincidence right now that Christianity is gaining momentum. Now, I was a Christian for many years. I was a hardcore Christian. I know the book back to front. I know what it did to me. I know what it does to people. And if you disagree, and I understand, because you're right and I'm wrong, I know how it works. I was there too. I'd recommend looking at Chuck Swindoll Jr. on YouTube and looking at his book, Elucidating Christianity. And that is a great foothold into escaping another layer in the matrix. So religion, anything external to you, anything that gaslights you, beats you up, uses fear against you, is all there to control you. So to create true change, we don't just go out and start rioting. Sure, it's been done in the past and sure, it's been successful. But remember those riots that happened in the past and those great uprisings that happened in the past didn't just happen in the external physical world. It first came from a cause, which was from within the people that were fed up. This is what we're seeing now. We are seeing the distractions start to fade away. Our nervous systems, individually and collectively, are being revved up so high that it is completely unsustainable. It's causing mass sickness, mass death. They're feeding us absolute garbage. Every single thing that is promoted to you, even the healthy shit in your supermarkets, is there to kill you. That's how bad it is. You try and go to the supermarket, you go down the aisles, you look at a product, any product you want, and I guarantee you it's going to say vegetable oil in it, okay? Vegetable oil is a carcinogen. Our health system is trying to kill us. Why? Because how much money do they make on healthcare? Because what they do, and this is another perfect example of what I'm talking about, we have the cause and the effect. So if someone gets cancer, right, they address the effect. They don't address the cause. So if there's a tumor growing in you, they address the tumor by attacking the tumor and putting radiation into you, more poison that's later down the track going to kill you, but they don't address how you got the tumor in the first place. How was your diet? How was your mental health? Oh, mental health has nothing to do with the physical. Well, hang on a second. No. See, we've separated everything. We've separated health. We've gone physical's different to mental's different to spiritual. The tumor happened because of this or that, but it's all connected. It's all one big spider web. There is no separation here. And we've been taught this separation here. So yeah, let's address the tumor. Let's not address how you got the fucking tumor. It could have been literally a life of suffering, a life of false beliefs in your head, of toxicity, of darkness within yourself, because you've been split from yourself since the day you were born. You've been told that you have to externalize your meaning. You have to look out there. You have to buy this to be happy. You have to get this job. And they have cut you off from yourself, made you look out there. They feed you shit and garbage from day one. You get sick. And what do? They address the effect. It's the same as a metaphor. It's like a mushroom, right? If a mushroom grows out the ground, or if a weed grows out the ground, and you cut the weed off and you throw it away, that's not the weed. The weed is a flower. The mushroom is the flower of a deeper root system. You have to attack the root cause for something to go away. And funnily enough, with our health care system, most of the root causes of things can absolutely be distinguished by elimination, by not touching chemicals, which unfortunately we live in a world where you can't even shampoo your hair without soaking in some chemicals. Okay, so I'm getting off track. I'm getting passionate. Once you see that everything has a deeper cause, and you see the way this system is made to externalize everything, to keep you away from yourself, and to tell you, they basically tell you, don't trust yourself, trust us. They gaslight you, they make you feel shit about yourself. They pump you with food that kills you, leads to sickness, and then the medical industry makes billions and trillions of dollars off of just controlling the sickness, controlling the effect with medications instead of addressing the root cause. Because if you address the root cause, there's no money to be made. That's unsustainable for capitalist systems. So how do we change this? How do we get our power back? First, we stop eating the shit that they're giving us. So eat whole foods. Eat stuff from nature. Try to stay away from GMO if you can. I know it's not easy. Try to get water that isn't fluoride contaminated. So it starts from within your gut lining. You want to revitalize your gut lining. You want to get these parasites out your body. You want to do a cleanse, a detox, if you will. Okay, you want to stay away from stimulants, alcohol. Try to get off the weed, get off the nicotine, get off all the things that have been pushed on you, not just by them, but also by your peers. Because collective paradigms also work to destroy you. That's why the current thing that everyone's into is always bad. It's always not there to bring love into this world and to promote growth. It's always something that kind of bastardizes what love truly is. So it starts with eating healthy, getting your gut lining back into shape, start working out. Okay, you're no good if you can't run. You're no good if you're not strong enough to support yourself or your family if things do get hard. And then you want to go within. Stop externalizing your meaning. Try to get off your phone. If you can, delete social media. I did that. It was the best thing I ever did. The only thing I got now is YouTube. Get off socials. That is a narcissistic factory. It is the worst thing that has ever happened to us. Social media, if you watch TikTok shorts or Instagram shorts, I can't even, I'm sure there's some people who will watch this and completely understand how I feel. But if you wake up and you see it for what it is, you will run so fast. I'm telling you, you will never look back. Get away from social media. It is a complete toxic cesspit. It's basically MK Ultra in your hand. Okay, so get away from that. Experience nature. Get more into nature. Try to get away from the cities if you can. Spend time in nature. Start going for walks. Learn valuable hobbies. Not just valuable ones, but hobbies that you love that connect you to your heart and not your mind. We want to be acting from our hearts, not our heads. They want us acting from our heads. We don't know. We want them in unison. We want them working together, but the heart is the most important thing. And I'm not talking about the physical heart. Remember, I'm talking about the cause, not the effect. I'm talking about the deeper place from within that connects you to source, connects you to who you really are. You want to connect to your heart more. So do things that you love. Life is very short. Don't be stressing. Don't go down the black pill rabbit hole and start stressing about world affairs and how everything's screwed up. Yes, it is. And to an extent, it's healthy to know about these things, but do not waste your time stressing about things that are out of your control. Because remember, you're probably thinking, how can I control this? How can I control that? You can't control out here. You control in here. In here manifests out here. That's where your power is. You are a battery. You are energy. And your attention is the most valuable thing in this world. That is why they attack our attention collectively and individually. That's how they have the power over us. If we choose where our energy goes, where our attention goes, and we take our lives back, start eating healthy, avoiding the toxicity that is pushed upon us in society, my God, how much better off are we going to be? All right, this was, I don't know how long this even went for. I was getting into it a bit. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to be making a lot more videos. Things are ramping up, things are speeding up, and we need more people. And if you're feeling what I'm feeling, and I'm not the best speaker, proving my point. I'm not the best speaker in the world. So we need people to start waking up, talking about this more, encouraging others. Okay, and quit with the whole, oh my God, he's a normie and he's asleep or he's blue pilled. Treat people with love and understand that at one point we were in the exact same position as them, and we know how hard it is to awaken to what's truly going on and to face it head on instead of distracting ourselves. So I'm going to leave it at that. All right. Take care of yourselves. I hope you're taking care of yourselves and really get onto that grind. Follow those things that I just said. Okay. Eat healthy, get off socials, get into nature, start acting from love, start acting from your heart center. And this is how change will be made. Remember, change happens from within. It doesn't happen out here, because out here, what is it? It is the effect, not the cause. You need to change from a high dimension of being. All right. Cheers, guys.